What's up? It's your boy, the Great Patriot here, DGP, back again with another episode of Patriot Keys. And yes, in this video, as you guys can tell, new setup, man. I got the ring light right there, got the new microphone right here, man. We coming back at it again for 2020, man. Again, this whole Corona stuff has kind of put things in perspective of me and life in general. But I wanted to get back on YouTube, man. I kind of missed it, but I want to get back to the regular version of YouTube. I'm talking about where, I'm recording myself, maybe even throw some highlights in and just talk about everyday Patriot stuff and not just do the quick stuff on my phone because, for the people who still watch me, I kind of feel like I got a little lazy, but we coming back at it with a new attitude again. Shout out to the intro, my boy KDG on the intro right there, man. The Grid, the Fade podcast has a new channel, which is down below in the description box below. But make sure to subscribe on this channel and subscribe over there as well. Let's get into the action, man. Again, live streams. A lot of news that has been happening behind the scenes is coming up soon. I got some stuff planned. However, if you hear about the echo and all that stuff, it's the best I can do in this apartment. It's not much else. If you hear people over the top of my head, I'm on the first floor. It's not much I can do about that. And I'm also by the highway too, so you guys see your car sometimes. I don't think it really should pick up, but sometimes it'll pick up. If that happens, again, sorry. This is the best I can do. So let's get into this right now. Earl Thomas, man, and we will be talking about this on the Fade podcast. We have some special guests there again, so please be sure to subscribe to that podcast link down below if you want to see more long-form stuff where I don't just review about the Patriots stuff, but I also talk about everything in the NFL news. But, we're here for about the Patriots and Earl Thomas. As you guys know, if you don't know, Earl Thomas on Friday got into a little practice altercation during training camp with their safety. I believe Chris Clark is his name. Typical training camp stuff, getting in scraps and everything. They sent Earl Thomas. They didn't send the other guy home. They just sent Earl Thomas home. Next day, Saturday comes. So you think, okay, it's the one-off thing. He's going to come back. Earl Thomas is going to come back on Saturday. Sunday, okay, he's going to have to come back now. They didn't bring him back either. They actually cut him earlier this morning. So it means his 1 year in Baltimore, he basically got $22 million. It's all expired this year. So what does this mean for the New England Patriots now? Earl Thomas, all-pro safety. He was voted actually the best safety in the decade, if I'm not mistaken. He was on the 2010s All-Decade team by the NFL. Again, one of the guys who led the Legion of Boom, ball hawking safety, great instincts and all this stuff. But reports in Baltimore were saying that, he was just kind of a locker room type of cancer. He was, rubbing people out the wrong way. And so he was missing meetings. He was freelancing, stuff like that he got away with in Seattle because maybe that was their culture. Wasn't the case in Baltimore. So, as I'm talking about here with the Patriots currently, as of right now, have about $31 million in cap space. With all the opt-outs and everything, that's kind of how we was able to create all this cap space. We have 31 million cap space. What are we going to use it on? I mean, you got it for this year. You might as well. Seems like Belichick wants to, have a lot of cap space because we're slotted at, I think, $100 million, just about $100 million in cap space next year. So it seems like we're going to go all out next year to try to restock this thing. We have a lot of guys on one-year deals, i.e. a Cam Newton on a veteran minimum, stuff like that. So, with Deron Harmon getting traded, right before the draft, he's going to Detroit. With Patrick Chung, he's opting out. What does that lead us in the secondary? We're one of the best secondaries in the NFL. You have Jason McCourty, you have Devin McCourty, ball hawk and safety at the back, and you have Stephon Gilmore, the best cornerback in the league, and J.C. Jackson, a young up-and-coming corner. So with Earl Thomas, that can kind of lead an opening because we don't have nobody with Patrick Chung. That can lead an opening right there. Now I know people are going to say, well, Patrick Chung's a strong safety. If you look at the Patriots system, look at our scheme, we are dependent on man coverage. We're a man coverage type scheme. Devin McCourty was a cornerback when he came in. Then he moved to safety. So we're a lot of man coverage type scheme. That's why you see Gilmore get a lot of picks and, all that stuff. Patrick Chung typically plays in the box, but we use three safeties. We started using three safeties, and, Deron Harmon and McCourty were the ones all the way in the back end, and Patrick Chung was kind of like that hybrid box linebacker, kind of like a Cam Chancellor or Jamal Adams type linebacker. So with Earl Thomas on the block, we never really got a replacement for Deron Harmon. Yes, we did draft Kyle Duggar in the second round, but that's more of a Patrick Chung-esque, box linebacker type role. We signed Adrian Phillips. Same kind of thing. It's kind of like a hybrid linebacker safety, type deal. So we never really found a replacement for Deron Harmon. With $31 million in cap space, Earl Thomas may be on right now just trying to prove it. On a 1 year prove it deal. I mean, 1 year, $10 million a year, $10 million this year. He's already going to get I think he's already slotted at $10 million this year that he's owed by the Ravens actually owed by the Ravens because it was going to be a trade if they had to pick up his contract. I mean, Earl Thomas, Devin McCourty as your safeties, ball hawking, and you got Gilmore on one side, you got Jason McCourty on the other, or you still have J.C. Jackson in the mix too. Yo, that secondary could be scary. This could be a very elite secondary. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section below. Do you think Earl Thomas could be, in New England? Could he fit the Patriots scheme? I mean, we run man coverage. Devin McCourty can play more of the man coverage side, and Earl Thomas can just be the instinctive ball hawk and safety. And another note to remember, when we played them in 2016, Earl Thomas was compared to who? By Bill Belichick? Ed Reed. And if you know Bill Belichick, you know that Ed Reed is his favorite player of all time. That's one of his favorite players. Him and Lawrence Taylor, those are like his top two favorite players. He raves about that Ed Reed interception play against Peyton Manning. Like that, he goes crazy every time he tells that story.
So he had it all set up. I'm sure he was dreaming about it at night. He opens to the middle of the field. As soon as he takes 2 steps into the field, he turns in wheels, turns his back on the quarterback, and beats way into the ball. Best play I've ever seen a free safety make.
And having a guy who we compared similar to Ed Reed, ball hawking skills and all, again, I'm not saying that he's better than Ed Reed. I'm not saying he is Ed Reed, but he does have comparisons to Ed Reed. You think Bill Belichick wouldn't have an opportunity at that? You don't think he would rave at the opportunity of a Ed Reed light-S type person, an all-pro? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section below. The top 3 teams for Earl Thomas: Cowboys #1, obviously, for obvious reasons, if you know about the whole Earl Thomas situation with him in Dallas. The 49ers, and also the Texans. Remember, he is from Texas, so the Texans isn't that far-fetched. 49ers, they know him very well. John Lynch, former safety, probably want to bring him in. But, dark horse could be the Patriots, man. And you already know, if you hear the Patriots name when they're talking to somebody, 9 times out of 10, they're not getting him. So the fact that people aren't bringing this up could be something good for us Patriot fans. So maybe we find out Deron Harm replacement, and also it's an upgrade at that as well. But only, he has, if he's a locker room cancer, he'll get out just like how we did Antonio Brown. And again, we're not new to this. We have always done this. So again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Earl Thomas in New England, would you like to see that? It's your boy DGP. I'm finally back. Glad to be back and everything. Catch you next time, y'all. Peace.